Hi, I'm Dr. James Dottin, Professor of Business at Middlesex Community College at the Lowell City Campus in Lowell, Massachusetts. Today we will have the great opportunity to view student scholars' research work. Why don't we take this time to sit back and relax and see what they have presented from a term of research that they have gathered. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. I'm going to talk about cloud computing, but I'm only going to talk about it from a very beginner's level. So what is cloud computing? It's a practice within the information technology industry that allows multiple users, known as multi-tenants, to share hardware and software resources simultaneously. Cloud computing technology provides an opportunity for both enterprises and governments to save on technology, to save on their capital expenses and reduce their operational costs when it comes to technology. There are 3 deployment methods. There's the public cloud, the private cloud, and the hybrid cloud. By definition, a public cloud is a network infrastructure used by the public by means of a pay-as-you-go subscription, just like you would use like Comcast or anything like that. You pay monthly or you pay quarterly, and you only use the bandwidth and resources that you need at that particular time. And that ties into the advantage of the public cloud, where it eliminates upfront cost, especially for startup companies. This is important because they don't have to, as their business grows and as their use of network bandwidth becomes more, they can just call their service provider and then they can kick it up a notch to meet the demand. Also, in the reverse, they can, if the business starts to slow down for some reason and they don't need all that bandwidth, they can call the service provider and they can turn it down. So again, it's pay as you go. It saves a tremendous amount of operational cost and investment and capital investment, because startups don't have that kind of money to spend on servers, software licenses, and things like that. So it gives them that opportunity. The biggest disadvantage is the risk of the security of the data. Although service providers are looking at new opportunities to build security locks, it's still the riskiest of all the clouds methodologies. The next one is what we call private clouds. Basically, that is a cloud that is built exclusively for an enterprise or a government entity or a financial entity within their own infrastructure. Okay? There's 2 types. There's on-premises, all right, which is pretty much self-explanatory. The cloud is built using their existing on-site equipment. They add more equipment as they go. They add more software services as they go, which means more licensing as they go, which is costly. So that the disadvantage of that, again, is that the companies will incur that cost. The other one is externally hosted. That means it's almost the same as a public, but it's not, because the public cannot gain access to it. The service provider actually goes into an exclusive agreement with the customer that prevents them or helps them to keep the network secure. And the last to me, is the better of them all. Sorry. So that's private. And this is hybrid, and it's a combination of both. It allows companies to use both, like I said, it divides up the network resources. It allows them to use the public cloud for anything that is low tier, non-mission critical applications, things like that. It allows them to do their development and their testing in that environment, where the private side of the cloud is for your mission critical applications, your ERPs, your CRMs, your critical data that you don't want anybody in the public to gain access to. And then cloud computing, in general, again, it allows enterprises and governments to concentrate on improving their practices, takes them away from worrying about what's going on in the network. You get a third-party provider who can take care of that for you. And that's pretty much it.